Alrighty guys, we're back for some big burn, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Well, we got 4 Flame Blessed Bolts, I'm sorry, guys. 2 Flame Blessed Bolts, 2 Play with Fires, and a single Mishra's Command here as well. Now, we don't get to see this command very often, so it's X and a red sorcery speed. We get to choose 2 of these. Choose target player. They may discard up to X cards, then they draw a card for each card discarded this way. This spell deals X damage to target creature. This spell deals X damage to target planeswalker. Or target creature gets +X+0 and gains haste until end of turn. So this is actually a really cool card, and I think it's kind of just looking for the right build to be slotted into, and when it does find that build, it'll probably just still be like a one of, but it's still like, it's a pretty neat one. We have a couple of Abrades here, a couple Lightning Strikes. Now, the last time we played like a big red build like this, we had a bunch of just utility removal, right? We had like a bunch of 2-ofs like this, for example, and it ended up working out really nicely, so we're trying that again here. So 4 Smoldering Eggs, finally making a return, huh? So a 2 mana 0/4 defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a number of Ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smoldering Egg has 7 or more Ember counters on it, I almost said loyalty counters, right? Remove them and transform Smoldering Egg. It transforms into Ashmouth Dragon, and at that point, if the opponent can't remove the Ashmouth Dragon, it just rips them apart. It can rip apart their board state. It can devastate their life total. It is just an amazing little dragon here. A 4/4 flyer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Ashmouth Dragon deals 2 damage to any target. Very nice, very awesome card. It's a shame that we don't see Smoldering Egg more often, but I guess I understand with all the removal floating about in Standard why we don't see it, but I hope it puts in some work today. Got a couple Thermo-Alchemists, another way for us to hopefully win. It can do some serious extra damage, so pretty cool. We have 4 Thrill of Possibilities here. Works well with the Egg and the Alchemist. Helps us filter through cards, and putting cards into the graveyard in this particular deck is pretty good too because of something on our top end, which we'll go over in just a second. So yeah, as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Nice, little bit of card draw. We have a single Rending Flame because sometimes you just got to do 5 damage to something. We have 4 Brotherhood's End. So 3 mana sorcery speed, you get to choose one of these. Brotherhood's End deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, or destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. And we're actually running into a lot of different artifact builds that this could just completely devastate. Also, just 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker just rips apart a board of soldiers and stuff, so having 4 of these sounds really, really good. Now, it doesn't hit the Smoldering Egg, but it does hit the Thermo-Alchemist, which is one of the reasons why we only have 2 of these too, because it is going to die to the Brotherhood's End, which is going to be a key card here, I would say. But just playing this and being able to keep our egg sounds really, really cool, huh? Okay, we have 4 big scores in here. Somehow just an underplayed card. Like, it's so good. It feels like it's forgotten or something. So for 4 mana, as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards, and create 2 treasure tokens. This is going to put in a ton of work here, especially with the Smoldering Egg on the board. On the very top end of the build, we have 4 Burn Down the House to wipe our opponent's board again, and then hopefully help us win the game with some Devils too. And then 3 Invoke Calamities. Now, another card we don't get to see too often, but it's so cool. So 5 mana, instant speed. You may cast up to 2 instant and or sorcery spells with mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and or hand without paying their mana costs. If those spells would be put into your graveyard, exile them instead. So you'll get the original 5 from the Calamity for the Smoldering Egg's ability, but since you're not paying the mana cost on the other ones, those won't add any counters to the Smoldering Egg, which is completely fine because Calamity is just ridiculous. Being able to just like drop an Abrade on an opponent's creature and also have a big score on the same turn is insane. And then you get like the 2 treasures from the big score too, so you could play like another lightning strike from your hand or something. And at that point, Smoldering Egg is flipping because you got the 5 from the Calamity and then the 2 from the lightning strike, right? So yeah, there's just a ton of reasons to rock the Calamity. I think 3 is going to definitely be enough. I don't think we want 4 of them in here though. 25 total mana, 2 of them being Mishra's Foundries, just another way to help us close games, hopefully, and then a single Crucible of Defiance, kind of the same reason. Also, the Spirits are great chump blockers, too. Some honorable mentions over here, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker and Arcane Bombardment. Seems a little silly to have a mid-range style build without the Fable, but it's an enchantment, so it doesn't work with the Egg or the Thermo-Alchemist, but it is just an incredible card, so it's definitely worth considering. Arcane Bombardment is also just pretty good. It's waiting to be broken, I feel, because whenever you can pull it off, it wins games, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there's a good amount of removal floating about for enchantments too, so something to consider, I suppose. It might be fun to have like a 1-of in here and then drop down to 2 calamities, but not this time around, right? Okay, that's it. Pretty simple deck, guys. We're burning the opponent's face and trying to survive long enough to maybe flip a Smoldering Egg into Ashmouth, or just like, yeah, just burn them slowly with everything else as well. So we'll see if it can actually do a thing in Standard, a very, very scary Standard environment where every deck is just ridiculously good for some reason, right? Either way, let's go ahead, take it into some Ranked, and see how we do. We'll see if we can find that first match here. There was an update today, so some of the matches are taking a little longer, but not too long overall. Yeah, there we go. Anything under 10 seconds is excellent. Okay, we got another burn player, maybe? Nah, maybe just mono red. Okay, it's a fine hand, especially if it is against mono red here. Baldaran Epicure, huh? Okay. Alright, we'll start with a mountain and let the opponent smack our face a little bit, huh? Yeah, no early removal here. Phoenix check is fine. We could probably go Thrill of Possibility this turn. The Abrade's open too, so we'll see what ends up happening. Because I'd rather go Thrill of Possibility and try to find a Brotherhood's End. I think that's what we're going to end up doing, but we'll see. I'll probably ditch a mountain as well, since we have 25 of them in here. End the festivities. So this is going to be a Mechanized Warfare mono red, so that is a little bit scary. Mechanized Warfare this turn. Yep, that's not terrific. 4 damage. I think we're going to stick with the Thrill of Possibilities. Maybe we should keep that mountain. Ow. Let's get rid of the Rending Flame, and we'll keep the mountains for now, because we can always ditch a mountain to the big score too. Okay, we found the Brotherhood's End, but they didn't play a creature this turn. Is it still worth hitting both of these? Probably. Probably is. We have a Burn Down the House available later on. Yeah, let's get rid of these. That makes the most sense to me. It's 1 card for 2 cards, and less damage this turn, unless they have more cards with haste too, so... they might want to just go the other Reckless Impulse. They could do that next turn too, though. Down to 11. Another Epicure, down to 9. Oh, buddy. Hey, Smoldering Egg is a terrific blocker here. That's good news. Braid can hit something scary. Yeah, I don't know who this is leaning towards right now, like, at all. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with our overall hand and everything, but at the same time, they could easily find that 9 damage. Okay, yeah, see, Phoenix Chick has to go from the Abrade for sure. For sure. Like, that is scary business. They found a lightning strike too. Holy cow. What that means is they can swing on the ground with Epicure too. Oh, they're not going to. I thought maybe they'd want to try to take out the Smoldering Egg. Yeah, hit the Phoenix Chick. Oh, they can't. What am I saying? Yeah, they can hit it anyways. Yeah, Warfare affects their burn spells too. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's pretty scary, man. That's pretty scary. So, burn down the house, just get some 1/1s on the board. They block terrifically. Like, that's completely fine. It's too bad we lost the Smoldering Egg, but yeah, this is completely fine. At least that 4 damage didn't hit our face. Like, that could have been really bad. Oh, but Etching Exiles. Oh, second Mechanized Warfare, too. Yeah, Etching Exiles, guys. I wasn't even thinking that that was going to flip. I apologize, guys. I have not been thinking. We'll still take this out. We could still double block. Even though it Exiles, we could still double block. Yeah, that's probably the best bet, huh? That's probably the best bet. Another mountain. Well, I'll play one and discard the other to the big score. It's good to have a lot of extra mana in a deck like this. And I'm going to keep the big score open. Nope, we're going to do it now. We're going to do it now because we could find another egg. I'm going to keep my red sources open here. Even though we're getting treasure, just feels right. Flame Blessed Bolt. We could still find another egg, but I think just keeping the Flame Blessed Bolt open is fine. And if they get a creature that gets around the bolt, then we could always go big score first. They find the third Mechanized Warfare, and anything would be devastating. Okay, good. The Flame Blessed Bolt hits that. Oh, good. Woo! Exiles too, so... I still don't know who this is leaning towards, because they could seriously find damage. Like, a lot of damage. So... Invoke Calamity's fine. Could start swinging. We could start swinging. Power up Foundry too. Sure. Sure, we'll do that. Power up the Foundry. Start getting some damage through, and we should probably save one of these back on the ground as an emergency blocker on the ground. We can't stop more Phoenix Chick right now, so maybe... See, we can chump that now. That's good news, and we can successfully take it out too. So keeping that back was excellent for us. Lightning Strike's good. I think we just power up Foundry, keep the strike open, and I think that's fine. Save one back. Just in case. Just in case. I don't know what else they could draw. It could be like another Reckless Impulse, and then they could find multiple things. Oh, see, that's terrifying. That's a lot of extra damage, guys. That's 4 damage. There's a reason they're in this. Oh, man. Do we hit face with the Lightning Strike and try to outpace them here? We might want to. This is scary, man. This is anyone's game easily. Start with big score. Actually use the big score, Lightning Strike their Epicure on the ground. A lot of decisions to make here. I think let's go Invoke Calamity. I'm going to keep that mountain in hand, though. We're going to go burn down the house and get some more devils. And then Flame Blessed Bolt. Take out the Epicure. I think that's fine. And we have to keep one blocker back, unfortunately, just in case they draw more hasty creatures. And the Foundry might be enough to get us there next turn. Keep mountain in hand. Let's see. Let's see what they find, guys. It could be a lightning strike and we're dead. Lightning strike deals 6 damage. Oh, it was a commando. Do they find something better? Oh, GG opponent. Holy cow. Even with like, I guess they weren't necessarily misplays on my part, just some bad plays in there, right? Like some stuff I didn't consider that was actually going to happen. Like, for example, the exile effect on the etching after that flipped and stuff like that. It ended up working out nicely since we just have a really solid like mid-range shell that was able to just have a lot of removal. And then we got pretty lucky there that they didn't find enough burn to actually work with the 3 mechanized warfares too. So that's definitely something to note because they could have found it easily. Oh, buddy. That was a fun first match though. Red versus red. That's pretty exciting. It's too bad we didn't get to flip the egg though. That would have been sick. Even if we did flip it, they would have been able to find a removal for it pretty easily with those warfares on the board, right? Okay. Opponent goes first here. Yeah, this is a great hand. This is good. I like seeing the Alchemist. Maybe we can see it do some work. Okie dokies. We probably won't play with fire their face. If we were playing aggro, then I would consider it. Flame Blast Bolt's pretty good for a Harvester, I guess, just in case they want to bring it back. Hopefully this isn't like a Tenacious Underdog deck. Yeah, I'll hit it with the Flame Blast Bolt instead to play with fire, and hopefully that's a fine target for it, because it could be like a Tenacious Underdog style deck too, but we'll see. Having the white in here tells me that they might just, it might be some kind of like Reanimator build, you know? So, really depends. Wedding announcement, okay. Let's get our mountain down here. A Thrill of Possibility. Play with fire open on their turn. Thrill of Possibility, probably discard the mountain. Should we just do it on our turn instead so they don't find removal? Nah. I'll wait. I'll hold back this time round. But this could easily be some removal. This is definitely the type of deck that runs it, so... Jetmir's Garden, sure. Blood Tithe Harvester, okay. Swing? No, no swing. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and start dealing some Alchemist damage, right? Go Thrill of Possibility. Discard the mountain. I think we'll be fine drawing more mountains here. I think we'll be fine. We'll see, though, huh? Nope, no more mountains, well... let's play with fire that second Harvester too. We're getting a good chunk of damage in with the Alchemist, not bad. And they get their second 1/1. Uh-oh, see, I got rid of that mountain, now we can't big score. See, that's kind of my fault, honestly. Mishra's Command, this definitely looks like the kind of deck that would run like Planeswalkers too, so Mishra's Command could be pretty good, but we could also just X's 2, discard 2 cards and try to find that land as well. I think we just keep it all open again. I think the Abrade is fine here. I think keeping the command open is fine too. Okay, they go for their blood token. Get rid of a land, look for something better, makes sense to me. Yeah, that's kind of my fault for ditching the mountain. We do have 25 in here, though. This is worth the block, even if they do have, like, a play with fire or something, because that's something that doesn't hit our face or, like, our dragon later on, too, so. Do we have a better target for the Abrade? Oh, no. They didn't have an extra mana to kick it, though. Abrade doesn't hit that very well. Alright. Should we still use the Abrade, though, is the question. Yeah, we need to get to that burn down the house level. These are all about to flip, too. I guess it's still worth... We could also hit the blood token. This is fine. These are all about to get a buff. This is a little bit of extra damage from the Alchemist. And at this point, the burn down the house needs... Oh, to put in a lot of work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. All right, we're going to look for that land off the Mishra's command and take out the human here, too. Do that 1 damage. So X is 2, right? And we're going to do creature and target player. So X is 2. Target player and target creature. Take out the other human. And we're going to ditch the... See, I'm a little bit afraid to ditch the big score, but double burn down the house is pretty good, but that's why we have Invoke Calamity too. Yeah, we better keep the big score back in case we can't find the 5th mana. I think this is fine. Okay, we found the 4th mana. We'll keep the Thermo-Alchemist open in case they have something hasty, I suppose. They're going to be able to gain so much life from the Archangel. That's pretty scary. Well, thank you, opponent. I hope they're enjoying the deck. I haven't seen like a big burn in a very long while. Oh, they found a 2nd Archangel, which they should probably just hit our face. Since, yeah. Back up to 14, they're going to swing back up to 18. We might as well activate this. We can't block, and they're tapped out. So, 17. Okay, we found the mountain, which means we can take out these Archangels. Unfortunately, Alchemist dies too, but that is totally fine. Oh, we can't tap it again before the damage. That's worth noting, right? Unless I had to full control, which I don't think so. The untap happened, the damage happened immediately. I don't think we would have had a chance. Wait a minute, is that the 3rd Archangel? That keeps happening to us, guys. So big score might be better than a Thrill of Possibility here. Brotherhood's End is fine. Gonna die soon though. I think the big score is better, and we're gonna do it on our turn in case we find mana. And at this point, we're looking for an Invoke Calamity. Uh-oh. All right, we might only have like another turn or two to try to turn this around for us. Maybe I should have ditched the Brotherhood's End, but my thought process there was more wedding. Well, I would have taken, yeah, more wedding announcements and stuff, right? Like if they doubled down. But if we would have ditched the Brotherhood's End, then we would have had the Thrill of Possibility to ditch this extra mana and try to find even more. And at that point, we would have been able to find like an extra Brotherhood's End or something too. So yeah, there's a lot to think about for this deck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I should have kept the Thrill of Possibility, huh? Well, this is sorcery speed. Let's take out their Bank Buster for sure. Takes out their blood token too. And the main reason we do this is so that way they can't just play. They can't just... Oh, I should have used my treasure. It doesn't matter. We have so much mana. But we still should have spent the treasure since it was going to die. It might have mattered if this wasn't a mountain. Going down to 1. Is it going to be the 4th Archangel for the victory? Yeah, wedding announcement. Yep, makes sense. Another Bank Buster. Okay. Comes down to the draw. What can we see? Oh, another mountain. Oh, GG opponent. Drop them the GGs, right? I will block here just for fun, but I mean, it's over, you know? Yeah, oh man. I wonder, I guess it didn't necessarily come down to the thrill of possibility, right? Because we just saw a bunch of mana on top anyways. However, the next couple cards might have been something good. So, more, I guess, we had one more burn down the house, right? And then we had 3 Invoke Calamities, which would have been very, very important to see there, so that way we could hit the other Archangel. Yeah, them seeing 3 Archangels, that's pretty brutal, man, and that's been happening a lot to us. That card, seeing that card in multiples is almost as bad as seeing, like, multiple Graveyard Trespassers, you know what I mean? Honestly, I wonder which one's worse. Probably the Trespasser, which is a little bit funny, right? It's just such a difficult card to take care of. Okay, we go first. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. At least we got the Smoldering Egg, so that's definitely good news for us. I saw this mountain in the shop the other day. I couldn't resist. I didn't get any of the other land because, I mean, you know, I mean, you guys know me. I'm a red player, right? So I figured, yeah, this is a pretty sick one to have. It's so pretty. Ooh, Azora Soldiers. Don't have a lot to deal with that. Just drew another big score. Uh-oh. Hopefully they don't just go right into a Brutal Cathar, take the Smoldering Egg, because, like, we really want to. Wow, they didn't go Siege Veteran to get that extra counter that turn. So this must be something kept open too. Big score on our turn wouldn't do too much, right? Because everything in our deck is instant speed at the top end, right? I think so. Yeah, we'll wait, I guess, and see if we can find removal off of the big score. Ditch a mountain, and then we'll still have the other mountain for the burn down the house when it comes time, but that does hit our Smoldering Egg, so if we can avoid that, that would be terrific. Okay, Siege Veteran, and we should probably look for the removal now before they get the Vanguard above, like, an Abrade or something. Brotherhood's End, yeah, they're still gonna get that Vanguard above. Actually, they might hit Veteran, and then the Brotherhood's End just devastates their board. Nope, they go Vanguard, which I would say is definitely the better play there, because now Brotherhood's End doesn't hit it. It's still just a chunky creature. And we might... Brotherhood's End flips the Smoldering Egg. So does the big score, and then we'll still have 5 open. Let's go big score. Ditch the mountain. And now we can still hit the entire board here, right? And we still have 2 mana open if it was like a make disappear, which it's not. So Brotherhood's End, each creature. Hit them all. 2 damage from the Ashmouth. Take out that Vanguard. Get a good swing here too. They get a couple 1/1s, but I'm not too concerned. Do we keep the mana open, or I guess we should have played the other Smoldering Egg. It's kind of my fault, guys. That's kind of an oopsie-daisies. We might have to burn down the house next turn, though. Get the Thermo-Alchemist instead as a blocker, and then save the other Smoldering Egg. Yeah. It's probably a good thing we didn't play it, just in case they do establish like a wide board state again, and then the burn down the house has to happen or something. Yeah, Brutal Cathar takes the dragon. Full swing, block 1, take 1. And another Smoldering Egg. Honestly, just wipe the board again, right? That's probably for the best. Although we do get some great blockers here, and we might be able to go aggressive with the burn down the house then. All right, let's try it. That could be fun, because there's a lot we could see here. That could be pretty fun. Yeah, we can really see how important big score is for a deck like this. Very, very important. Okay, they're going to buff everything. A third one would be awful. Okay, it's just one of those. So again, like, we could just end up dropping the burn down the house. No swings here, which is very shocking. Ah, see, now, the mountain, that's not terrific. We could still just go 1/1s on the ground. And then hope that we don't draw a mountain next turn. I'm going to keep the mountain in case we draw a big score, too. Alright, let's get these 1/1s down, and it should stop to give me a moment to activate this, right? And then it untaps. And then I suppose... no great swings here, so we just save all blockers, and they're setting up to buff this wide board state. And it's pretty risky to do that, guys, because they could drop a mana, go Valiant Veteran from the grave, and this Harbin just ends the game in a couple turns at that point because of the flying. So, yeah, in the trenches. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That is pretty sick. Oh, they all gain flying. Oh, that's right. Oh, what have I done, guys? Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. We knew that the Harbin had that ability. We don't get to see it too often, though. Yeah, good game. I should have used the burn down the house and wiped the board. We would have still been in that. At the same time, if we wiped the board state after getting the Smoldering Eggs... yeah, no, that's my fault. I apologize, guys. Yeah, when they all get the flying and everything, so we would have had one Smoldering Egg back once their Cathar died from the board wipe, but that still could have been theirs pretty easily, as Azorius Soldiers is just very, very efficient. At that point, what I would have wanted to do is hold back the other Smoldering Eggs in my hand, too, instead of dump them all onto the board. Then when we drop the burn down the house, we'd at least be able to get that one egg back, play the other egg, and then have like a couple extra turns. But honestly, seeing, like, all those mountains, too, we have 25 land in here. We might want to go down to 24. Opponent goes first here. This is actually a pretty scary one to keep if they're fast. Nope, no one drop. That's good news. Oh, still could be a fast deck, though. Maybe not. Yeah, more mountains, too. So we might want to drop to 24, but having those extra mountains to discard to like the big score and the thrill of possibility is probably pretty good. Brotherhood's End hits their entire board. Destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. We should probably do that. Smoldering Egg would be sick to lay first. Nope, I'm not risking it. We're not risking it this time, guys. Let's get rid of their board. Yeah, the Smoldering Egg would have been awesome to get down there, but... okay, Brotherhood's End also hits the Trespasser nicely, but... how do I want to do this? I think this is the turn where we go Smoldering Egg because it blocks the Trespasser well. Unfortunately, a cut down hits the egg too, so... we know just how much value is packed into these mono black builds. 4 mana, could be a Sheoldred too. Yep, there's the cut down for the egg. They get a swing, they get to take the egg out, which is going to be an extra damage. Honestly, if they play like a second Trespasser, that would be huge for us. Because we'd get to go Brothers War, and that just picks up a bunch of value. If the egg would have survived, then we would have been able to go big score, and then use the big score's treasures to drop the Brotherhood's End, which would have flipped the egg, which would have been awesome. Another Brotherhood's End. Guys, I think we just play it, right? They have the Foundry open. I think we just play it, take out... it's a 1-for-1 trade for the Trespasser, which doesn't happen all the time. Big score could be really good too, though. I wonder what we could possibly draw on. Yeah, we might see like another egg or something. That could be good. I'm gonna go big score. We'll wait a turn. See if they end up playing anything else here. Thrill of Possibility. Honestly, all these board wipes. All right, let's take out the Trespasser. I think that's worth it. Like, we searched. We at least searched for something better there. Just more board wipes is completely fine, though. Although they're definitely... They know what's here, so they could play it around the board wipes for a little while, but Burn Down the House lets us get those... Crucible, we're gonna keep that, and let's get some Devils down. Yeah, we're not gonna play Crucible, because those 1/1s could really come in handy. Swing with any? Yeah, we'll swing with one. Keep the other two back. Cut down on one of them, sure. Is it going to be another cut down so they can get that swing through? It might be. It is. It is. Honestly, that's not too bad for us, but we're taking extra damage from the Foundry now. All because I swung. I mean, 3 cut downs at the top of the opponent's deck. Swing with Foundry, and at this point, we're probably safe to get more Devils from the Burn Down the House. How do you guys feel about that? More removal? For that? For a 1/1 Devil? Are you sure? Oh my! Destroy each... Wait. Wait, what else did they get to do there? Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Oh my goodness, that's gross. Wonder if they play both of those. Thrill of Possibility could be pretty good here too. I don't want to get the Devils down now. I'm going to do this on our turn. See what we hit. We could find more eggs. More land. I'm down. Crucible of Defiance is pretty good too. I think they play both of those, and then the Brotherhood's End. If they let us hit both, actually. Okay, yeah, they're a couple turns away from just going full Flesh Gorger. Back to daytime here. Okay, is it gonna be mana Flesh Gorger as well? They're gobbling up our graveyard, guys, which is scary business for our Calamity. It's not gonna be land Flesh Gorger. We might want to hold off a turn. Another mana. See, that's really making me consider going down to 24, but I'm not sure we want to. There's going to be moments where you just need to find your 5th mana. Crucible blocks well. So does Smoldering Egg. But Burn Down the House getting some 1/1s and then potentially flipping Egg next turn could be huge for us. And the 1/1s block just beautifully. But I'm gonna hold back. Yeah, I'm gonna hold back for now. Having Crucible, we have 7 mana total on the board. If we play Crucible as the 8th, it's gonna be removal for the Smoldering Egg anyways. Okay. Well, Crucible can still chump if we want. And we have the Foundry available as well. Oh, back to nighttime, though. They're going to gobble up our graveyard, start to do extra damage here, too. Oh, we get to take out the Foundry. That could be huge for us, guys. That could be huge. It's a lot of extra damage, though. All right, go ahead. Crucible of Defiance. Do we just go Foundry for Foundry and then chump the Glutton? It's less damage. We get to survive a little bit longer. Big issue with that is it might just be more removal for the Foundry too. But I think it's worth a shot. I don't think we quadruple block the Glutton either. I think we go here and here, just take less damage, survive a little bit longer. It's got to be like another assembly worker too. Oh, they have another Foundry. Okay, Thrill of Possibility. So Brotherhood's End no longer hits the Glutton while it's nighttime. I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted to ditch the Brotherhood's End. We'll have 4 mana open. Still have a blocker in case it doesn't hit anything. We do have 3 Invoke Calamities in here too, even though the deck doesn't want us to know that. Rending Flame. That is instant speed. Another mana and it would have been burn, but I don't think we wanted to ditch the burn down the house. Alright, we just keep both of these open. They have the Foundry to swing in. What a match, guys. Honestly, I don't know who it's leaning towards, but I'm pretty sure it's leaning towards the opponent. As the Glutton is a big problem where we can't target it well. Like dropping a Rending Flame. See, they don't even power up Foundry because they're going to go full-on Flesh Gorger, which means the burn down the house is going to happen next turn. Actually, they only have 6 mana. It might not be the full-on Flesh Gorger. I hope it is. I don't know if they laid mana this turn or not. No, it's going to be a normal Flesh Gorger. Okay, I mean, yeah, burn down the house hits both of them, but then they still have their Foundry, which I guess our Play with Fire hits. There's a mountain, which I feel like we might not want to play. So let's go ahead, take these out. 5 damage to everything. And then keep the 1 available for the Play with Fire, keep the mountain back for a discard when it comes time. All right, yeah, I don't know like who this is leaning towards, but I hope the opponent's having fun, maybe? I think I'm having fun. I hope they're having fun. I can only imagine this would be pretty annoying overall, though. Yeah, Rending Flame is going to happen before the draw here. Get that Shieldred out of here. And then we get to keep the Play with Fire open for the Foundry once again. That must have been a top deck from the opponent. Get that draw. Another mountain. We might as well play one. Yeah, a ton of mana. Holy cow. And it's down to top decking. Just like yesterday's video, we had a top deck battle with Mono Black. Life of Toshiro, let's go. Oh man, I'm surprised they didn't power up Foundry and then go plus 2/+2 on Foundry, but I mean, they know we have burn in here, so I guess that's why. Oh, they're still gonna power it up though. Nice, we get to hit this. Get that Foundry out of here. And we officially have no cards. Oh, Invoke Calamity, there we go. Okay. Okay, what the heck do we want to hit here? I believe we could do this on their turn too. We wanted to try to hit more. I'd love to go just Play with Fire, burn down the house, and get a swing in. The aggro player in me is telling me to do some damage, so let's do some damage, huh? Burn down the house, Play with Fire, get that scry. Thermo-Alchemist is pretty good, but not exactly what I want to see here. Although it does block well, it does get some damage through over time. Okay, I guess. I guess it's an okay blocker too, so. Also, if we send it to the bottom, we risk just seeing another mountain on top. Yeah, full swing. Full swing. We get the Alchemist next turn. It's back to daytime. We take out a Devil, and we hit their face. Down to 14. Bankbuster, nice draw. See, that helps them find even more cards. Okay, let's get that Alchemist down. What I'm hoping for is like a big score or a Thrill of Possibility, something to ditch this mountain and just find even more. Because we can totally find more. 6 mana, and this is the kind of deck that runs Invoke Despair too, so they're searching, man. 4 mana available, could be a second Sheoldred too. Just like, there's so much that they could get. Oh, they find removal for the Alchemist. Oh no. Ah, the Abrade's actually pretty good. Abrade can hit Bankbuster before they get the extra draw and the treasure. We better do that while it's tapped out. Yep, that's a good draw. It's too bad the Alchemist can't do extra damage here. Gonna keep both of these back because they have great blocks with the Memory of Toshiro. What a final game, guys. Wow. What a final game. It's tough decisions. We could double block, successfully take it out, but then we're back to nothing again. I'm gonna take the 2 this time. I like keeping these for now. Oh, another Graveyard Trespasser. Yep. You know what would be worth considering for this build, guys, even though it doesn't fit the overall theme? Hey, another Invoke Calamity. That's pretty good, huh? That's pretty good. Surprised we didn't see any of our, oh, they've been gobbling everything up, that's why. Yeah, the Trespassers just gobbling everything. Alright, we'll start with a swing, and they might actually just take this, because we're going to go Brotherhood's End on our turn, so it doesn't go to nighttime, which is going to be important, I suppose. So, Invoke Calamity. Brotherhood's End. 3 damage to everything. I guess that's it, right? And then we decline. I suppose so. I think that's still worth it. Hits everything well. We get to keep more in the grave. What a match, guys. Holy cow. Honestly, I wonder if it would have been over if we would have been able to use that big score back from the grave and stuff. Okay, a full-blown Flesh Gorger. Brotherhood's End doesn't get us there. That's only artifacts with mana value 3 or less. I think the full-blown Flesh Gorger. Yep, they got it. This is sorcery speed too. Hey, good game, opponent. Oh, buddy. So if I would have waited, it would have went to nighttime. The Brotherhood's End wouldn't have hit the Trespasser, which would have been a 4/4, but we would have been able to hit the Abrade. But yeah, the Abrade wouldn't have worked because of the ward cost on the Flesh Gorger too. So wow. Honestly, I wasn't sure. We were kind of sweating the whole time, like Mono Black just constantly dropping valuable cards and whatnot, so it was probably leaning towards them the entire time. It's too bad we didn't get to see like a full-blown Ashmouth Dragon do a ton of work today, but either way, Smoldering Egg is a pretty sweet card. I think one of the reasons we don't see it as much anymore is just the overall removal, and like cut down hits it really well and stuff like that, before it flips, of course, right? Mishra's command was pretty awesome. Everything was pretty awesome in here. We kind of were begging for an Invoke Calamity a few times, but of course Graveyard Trespasser just gobbles up your graveyard beautifully, so taking out the extra burn down the houses and the big scores was huge for the opponent there. I think Brotherhood's End does so much work right now in Standard that it's worth building something like this, building around it, right? And the way it doesn't hit Smoldering Egg can be absolutely devastating for like those soldier players. Had I just been a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser in that match, right, and actually taken out the soldiers with the burn down the house, we might have been in there a little bit longer, but we did get to see like the Brotherhood's End do a thing there too, right? So the double Mishra's Foundries were fine. It didn't hold us up at all, like for our early plays. Like, you know, if you had 3 to 4 of these, it might hold you up early on, and you might actually see 2 of these in a mountain and not be able to play Brotherhood's End on turn 3, which is going to be very important sometimes. So overall, I really like the deck. Big Score was excellent. I think Thrill of Possibility too was actually really good, because there were so many moments where we were just like, oh man, I got to get rid of this mountain. We got to see some of our cards here that actually help us filter, and Thrill of Possibility is one of those things that helps us do it, as well as just work really well with the Alchemist, getting extra damage with it, and then works really well with the Smoldering Egg, putting more counters on it. And then if it ever is Ashmouth and you're filtering with Thrill, and you're filtering with Big Score, and you're dropping the Play with Fire to their face and the Lightning Strike to their face, then the deck really knows how to do some serious damage. And then, of course, like casting back an Invoke Calamity, for example, it's just like, or using a Invoke Calamity to cast stuff back. Like, there's some serious damage packed in here, man. And there's probably a solid mid-range build to be found in here. I think something to note is if you drop the Alchemists, you could go up 1 or 2 Bankbusters, or, hear me out, a Bankbuster and a Celestis. And the reason a Celestis might be good in here is this is the type of deck that could gain a ton of life off of Celestis. And then also, it helps you plug cards into your graveyard too, helps you filter through those extra mana. And yeah, it works well with Calamities. And yeah, so maybe just a single Bankbuster and a single Celestis and drop the Alchemists. Although the Alchemist is going to win you a game here or there, just I don't think not as much as just having more ways to draw and more ways to filter. So yeah, that's what I would do to the deck. Either way, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.